Alright, today's video is going to be a little bit more of 6.2a, but mostly it's going to be a 6.2b video. The couple questions that we skipped in class, let's go back and revisit those. So we said the slope-intercept form was y equals mx plus b, but the ones that we skipped did not say y equals. So if that's the case, like question 11 said y minus 2x equals 8, it's not in the right order. The 2x is on the left side of the equal sign, but the 2x is supposed to be over here on the right side of the equal sign. So we're just going to move it over. You can think of this two ways. You can either think plus 2x, cross out what's my answer, or you can say to yourself, anytime I move a chunk of things like this minus 2x, anytime he crosses over the equal sign, he changes signs. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, right now he's negative. He's a negative 2x. If I move him to the other side, he's going to become a positive 2x. So now I have y equals positive 2x and a positive 8. So if things are not written in the right order, you're just going to rearrange them. You're going to move. It's technically called solving for y, but I just think of it as rearranging. It's like pieces. I've got 1, 2, 3 pieces, and I'm going to move this piece to the other side. When I move it, it changes signs, and I now have a positive 2x. Now I'm able to graph this. My first dot would be at 8, because 8 is in the back, and then my next dots would be up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, or if I don't have space, I could go down 2 and to the left 1. Connect my dots, draw some arrows. Let's do question 24 that we skipped. 24 said y plus 2x is equal to negative 3.5. Who do I need to move? Who do I need to rearrange? I need to rearrange this chunk. When I move him to the other side, he changes signs. So now it's y equals a negative 2x because he's on the other side. My 3.5 is negative, so I'm going to write minus 3.5. Where is my first dot? Negative 3.5. So if that's negative 3 and that's negative 4, negative 3.5. I'm now going to go down to right 1, down 2, I need some more lines, down 2, right 1, or I can go up 2 and left 1, up 2 and left 1. It is a little weird because we're at 3.5, so you have to go to negative 4.5, negative 5.5, and over 1. So that is a little weird that they had a decimal there, but the point of this is that if you have something in the wrong spot, you just move it over to the other side. 25 was another question we skipped. It said 1.5 equals y minus 3x. Okay, I don't really want to move y to the other side because then he's negative and that's a whole nother can of beans. So I think I'll just move this chunk over to the other side, and it'll say y equals 3x plus 1.5, and that's okay, and I can even rearrange it again and just put the left stuff on the right. That doesn't change anybody. So I decided to get my y by itself by moving. He was negative, now he's positive. He was always positive, so he stays positive. And then if I don't like this, I can just rearrange it to the left and the right side. So your first video question is, when you rearrange this equation, what would you get? Type in what you would get if you move some stuff around. All right, did you say y equals 6x plus 4? That's what we would get if we move this chunk to the right. He's now positive, and the 4 was always positive. All right, let's get to our actual lesson, our main lesson of this video. we have this equation, 6x plus 2y equals 12, and we want to graph it. We want to make the line of the graph over here, and we are not going to use the slope and the intercept. This is called standard form. So this is one of our other forms. We had 3 forms. This guy is standard form. Standard form means I have something x, something y, and a number all by itself over on the other side of the equal sign. So we are going to now only have 2 dots. This method only requires 2 dots. The other method, we had a starting dot and then we use the slope. This method is only going to have 2 dots, and we're going to have 1 dot on the y line and 1 dot on the x line, and we're going to connect them. Now you're thinking, how do I figure this out? Remember, we called this the y-intercept, where that football player caught the ball. We're going to call this the x-intercept. Where does this football player catch the ball? And you will only have dots on those. You won't have dots anywhere in the middle, nowhere down here in the middle, nowhere in here in the middle, only on a black line for these questions that we're doing for homework. So my question was, how did I get those lines? I like to call this method scribble and solve. Scribble and solve. So I'm going to write 6x plus 2y equals 12 twice. 6x plus 2y equals 12. I'm going to scribble out the x. And then I'm going to solve this little equation. 2y equals 12. If I sing the silly song, divide by 2, cross out what's my answer. Y equals 6. Oh my goodness, look. That's where I got that dot. I got a dot at 6. Since it says y equals 6, it's on the y-axis. This is the football player is catching the ball at 6, but which football player? The y football player. Okay, then if I go to the second time I wrote it, I'm going to scribble out the y, including if he has a plus or a minus in front of him, scribble him out too. Now, if that looks a little weird, we could rewrite it. 6x equals 12. Hey, I'm ready to sing the song. Divide by 6, cross out what's my answer? X equals 2. Wait, we had a dot at 2 on the x-axis. So that's how we do it. We scribble and solve. Solve means sing the silly song. We scribble and solve. Solve means sing the silly song. We now have 2 dots, and we graph them and connect them and draw arrows. All right, here's our next example. So to change things up, I decided to make somebody negative, and I decided to have somebody that without a coefficient, just to see what it's going to look like. So what is our procedure? We're going to scribble and solve, and scribble and solve. Okay, so if I rewrite this, y equals 4, I don't have to sing the silly song. I just get to put a dot at y equals 4. Over here, this looks a little weird, so I'm going to rewrite it. And I'm going to sing the silly song, divide by -4, cross out what's my answer. 1 negative is negative, so I get -1. There's my next dot. I have a dot at x equals -1. I connect and draw arrows, and I'm done. It's the scribble and solve method. Scribble and solve, and scribble and solve. All right, here are your last 2 questions. So I've given you this equation. I would like for you to scribble and solve. And the first time, let's scribble out the 3x and type in what is y. Well, I'm going to divide by 6, cross out what's my answer, and y is equal to 2. Okay, 3x plus 6y equals 12. This time I want you to scribble out the y's. Type in what is x. Well, I think we should rewrite this a little bit closer. 3x equals 12. Divide by 3, x is equal to 4. Thanks for watching the video.